Welcome to my channel. Today's full-length horror movie is The House on Hollow Creek. It's a haunted house ghost story in the woods. I hope you enjoy. In the small town of Havenwood, two families are preparing to leave. One family is leaving because they are being forced out by the local crime boss who wants their house. And the other because they've just had a devastating loss. Anna and Ben are selling their home because local crime boss Vito wants it. He wants it so much that he has already set the place next door to him and his biker gang ablaze. Now Anna and Ben have no choice but to accept his offer or be burned out themselves. They have been here for only a year. And they have not made any friends at all. And now this nightmare scenario has unfolded. They have no option but to sell up and leave. But before they do, they have to get their kids out of there. Their daughter has already left for college, and their son, Charlie, has gone to stay with his grandmother. Ben and Anna are soon on the road and headed south.
Meanwhile, in another part of Havenwood, Sarah and Peter Copeland are preparing for their annual Halloween party.
They're decorating and getting ready when Peter goes out into the yard to retrieve something. While out there, he falls victim to an unknown illness and quickly becomes sick and dies. Sarah is distraught. Her husband has died right in front of her, and she doesn't know what to do. She calls for emergency services, but by the time they arrive, Peter is dead. As the sun sets, the decorations come on and everything looks normal. However, it's clear that Sarah is very upset, and she's drinking heavily. Soon, her 3 children come home from trick-or-treating, and inside the house, Sarah begins telling them that their father has gone on a trip. She tells them he'll be back soon and not to worry about anything. She also tells them to stay inside at all costs. The next day, Sarah is still grieving the loss of her husband, but she has to take care of business. She needs to continue with her party planning, because her husband would have wanted that. She puts on a brave face for her children and carries on as normal. The kids are, however, upset, and one of them goes online to see if anyone else has lost a parent recently. He finds a website that helps children cope with the loss of parents, and he sees that over 3 million people have lost a parent within the past decade. He thinks that's sad. His sister then tells him not to be such a baby, and that someone has died in every generation forever. That night, Sarah's children cannot sleep.
She is lying in bed with them, trying to comfort them, but they are too scared.
Then one of the children says something that breaks Sarah's heart. She told them their dad went on a trip, but their dad never comes back from trips. Did their dad go on a trip? The children then go back to sleep, and Sarah is left crying. When she was young, her mother died, and her father became an alcoholic.
So Sarah knows how difficult it can be.
At age 16, she had to take care of herself, and she ended up dropping out of high school. After putting the children back to bed, Sarah goes to the kitchen to pour herself a drink when she hears a knock on the door. She goes to investigate and opens the door to find 2 real estate agents standing on her porch. They introduce themselves and tell her they want to show the house next door to some potential buyers. Sarah lets them in and asks them to hurry it up, so she can get back to taking care of her children. The agents are, however, distracted by the interior design and decor of the house, and waste no time at all showing her around. Back in the bedroom, one of Sarah's children wakes up and starts watching the real estate agents through the window. He sees them head next door and open the front door. Then he sees the door slam shut and the lights go off. He yells for his mother, but she is in the living room talking with the real estate agents. The child then decides to investigate himself. He grabs a bat and heads for the front door. Sarah sees
What he's doing and tells him he's not allowed outside.
but he runs past her and out the front door anyway. Outside, the child sneaks up to the neighbor's house and takes a baseball bat with him. He then sneaks back into his own house and hides under his bed. When Sarah is done talking with the real estate agents, she goes to check on her children. She finds one of them hiding under the bed with a baseball bat, and then reminds them that they are not allowed to play with such dangerous objects. She then sends them to bed and locks the front door. Throughout the night, she keeps hearing noises coming from next door, but she ignores them. She tries to go back to sleep, but the longer she lies in bed listening, the more the noise seems to increase. In the morning, She wakes up to the sound of drilling and hammering. She goes to the window to see what's happening next door and sees the bikers are tearing down the old house. The smell of freshly brewed coffee drifts through the air, and she can't help but feel hungry. She makes her way to the kitchen and Rum family style pours herself a cup of coffee. She then goes back to the window to look at the progress of the demolition. When she sees one of the workers holding a framed photograph, the worker brings the photograph over to the edge of the property line and holds it up like he is trying to show it to her. On it is a picture of her husband, and her children from last Halloween. The man then points to the house and then to the photo and then mimes smashing it with a hammer. Sarah gets frightened and slams the curtains closed.
Later that day, Sarah's children are playing when they hear the sound of screaming.
They run to the window and see the bikers are fighting.
One of the men is on the ground and another man is punching him in the face repeatedly.
The man on the ground gets up and takes off his helmet.
To Sarah's shock, it's the same man from earlier with the photo. He's then taken away by the other bikers.
Sarah is concerned for his well-being, but her children say he deserved it. Later that evening, Sarah is getting ready to serve up dinner to her children when the power goes out. She goes to the window to see what's going on when she sees one of the bikers setting fire to a pile of wood. The fire spreads, and soon the entire street is without electricity. As the darkness creeps closer, Sarah frantically searches for candles so she can light some lamps. She eventually finds some and places them on the table. Just then, one of her children walks in with a flashlight. He shines the light on the wall and reveals a horrifying image. A pentagram. Sarah is frightened and quickly blows out the candles. She tells her children she needs to make a phone call, and they should probably go to bed. As soon as they leave the room, Sarah dials 911. She tells the operator the power is out and she can hear strange noises next door. Before the operator can respond, the line goes dead. Sarah looks out the window and sees the bikers performing a ritual around a bonfire. She screams for her children and runs to hide in the closet. When her children walk in, they see the pentagram on the floor. They ask their mother what it means, but she refuses to answer. She keeps telling them it's nothing and to go to bed. They refuse and say they want answers. Sarah tells them their father left them a long time ago and will never return. Then she turns off the light and tells them to close their eyes. They argue, but eventually fall asleep. Sarah gets out of the closet and opens the door to go to bed. When she does, she sees the pentagram glowing an eerie green color.
She screams and runs to the window to see what's going on, but nothing is there.
She closes the window and returns to her bed. She lays down, but she can't sleep. She looks over to where her children are sleeping and reaches out to touch them when suddenly the pentagram reappears on the floor. It's pulsing with an eerie green glow. Sarah jumps out of bed and tries to destroy the pentagram. But no matter what she does, it won't go away. Suddenly, her children begin shaking. They rise from their beds and begin acting erratically. They attack her and she fights back. She tries to calm them down, but they don't listen. She tells them their father has come to take them away, but they ignore her and attack her some more. Eventually, she passes out. And that's the end of the movie. Thanks for watching. If you liked the film, please hit the like button. I'll see you next time.